Well, more than 175 New York schools are failing. This, according to a new report released by the governor's office. It includes 7 schools right here in the capital region where nearly 5,000 local students attend class. Kimberly Howard live outside Albany High School, which is included in the list. And Kimberly, you sat down with the superintendent today. What does she have to say about all this?
Well, Liz, she's not happy. She says that the students and teachers here at Albany High School, as well as the 2 other schools listed on the report in Albany, work very hard. And she says that it doesn't help that the state isn't holding up its end of the bargain in terms of money. Meanwhile, the governor's office says this has nothing to do with money.
Why schools aren't failing.
Albany School Superintendent Dr. Marguerite Weingard is offended by a report released by the governor's office that says 3 of her schools are failing. The report names 178 schools total, 7 in the Capital District, including schools in Albany, Amsterdam, Schenectady, and Troy. All are in the bottom 5% based on English and math scores or a graduation rate of less than 60% over the last 3 years.
We have had a difficult time meeting achievement standards, obviously.
But Weingard says her district has been shorted millions of dollars, money that could have been put to good use.
I talk about extending the school day. I talk about extending professional development. I talk about giving time for staff to work with children. That's where I need the investment of that $2.5 million.
But top Cuomo advisor Jim Malatra says the solution is not money. The report notes that the failing schools have been granted 13% more the past few years, and that the state gives New York schools 70% more per pupil than the national average.
It's not about the money. There's something fundamentally and structurally wrong with these schools that we have to get at. Is it the curriculum? Is it the management?
To figure that out, the governor is proposing a failing school takeover. A nonprofit, another school district, or other expert will help the failing school make the grade. Weingard isn't convinced that model will work and says schools shouldn't be evaluated based on a set of test scores.
I think we have reduced education to a number, and we have forgotten that we are trying to help our tiniest learners become educated citizens.
I also spoke with Schenectady Superintendent Larry Spring, who agrees that this has everything to do with money. The report notes that 9 out of 10 students listed in these failing schools are either minorities or poor. And Spring says that these schools have been grossly underfunded. Of course, what comes of all this is up to the legislature when they vote on the budget, as well as Governor Cuomo's package of education reforms next month. Live in Albany, Kimberly Howard, CBS 6 News.